Hey YouTube, David here from Liberty Coins coming at you. Ran into one of my subscribers last week when I was returning my coins. He's a local coin guy like me, coin roll hunts, and we occasionally run into each other from time to time, and we chit-chat and talk about what's going on in the world of coin roll hunting and all that good stuff. And the topic came up about pennies and how, as a lot of you know, the pennies are going to be discontinued at the end of this year, and what that will mean for everybody. Pennies will be around for quite a while even after that. They're not going to disappear overnight, but I think it started to make me think a little bit about, what am I doing to try to look for some copper pennies? I mean, I always check my change, and I do sort my copper pennies and have a separate jar for them. But, I think there's going to be a good run on some pennies going into next year as people start to realize there's not going to be as much to try to find, as there's less and less because they stopped making them this year, the end of this year. So there's a couple options I was starting to think about. You could sort your loose change, and you could look for customer wrapped, which is what my subscriber told me is the best option because that's people don't know what they're turning in. You could have the tellers give you rolled pennies, but you're at the risk of getting some Fed wrapped coins and stuff like that. You could order boxes, or you could actually go online and buy copper pennies that are already sorted, but paying a higher premium. I did that. I placed an order with moneymetals.com, and I'll leave the description, the link below. I actually tried a couple different websites. They were sold out, so I already think people are already starting to catch on the idea. But, just wanted to think about it, like what would be the reason. Well, it's spare loose change to have, breaking it down, which really, pennies is not what I would want to have. Copper, I think the price of copper will move. It's around, $4.75 right now. Eventually you can see a move on copper, so it's a precious metal you can stack, but, again, it's small, not like getting bars of gold, bars of silver, coinage, etc. But, so, want to see how that'll turn out, and I think my subscriber kind of indicated that you're going to start to see a big run on pennies, definitely as next year rolls around and they become less and less, and you'll see people start to get the idea about, copper pennies, what to look for. 1982 is your last year, but they stopped halfway, so 3.5 on the weight is copper. Anything that was a 2.5 was not. So let's see. Should be interesting. I think the statistic I read, currently there's 115 billion pennies currently in circulation. That's staggering if you think about it, and that doesn't include what people have stored and hoarded, all this stuff. But it should be interesting. So stay tuned. See if it's kind of worth the deal or not. When the order comes, I'll make another video and attach it to this video, and we'll go from there. All right. Talk to you all soon. Keep stacking, keep searching. Liberty Coins signing off. All right. Out. All right, check this out. I got one of my local banks to order me a box of pennies. I figured for snickerdoodles and kicks, I wanted to see what I could be able to find out of the penny boxes, if I could find any copper, wheat pennies, or Indian heads. So stay tuned for the results, and let's see if it was worth my time or not. All right, hang tight. Well, I'm done. I went through the entire box of pennies, very laborious, as you can see it, because I didn't want to wear gloves. I found a lot more copper, which is all in this tray, than I thought I would find in the box. And then everything in the bucket is not copper. Anything that was 82, I separated, and then I used my little trusty scale to weigh it. So then I was able to separate, the copper 82s versus non-copper 82s. Also had some cool finds. 14 Canadian pennies, 13 were copper, 1 was not, and 17 wheat pennies in this box. I checked them all, common dates, nothing rare, nothing valuable. So that was pretty impressive. So is this something I want to do all the time? No, this is very laborious. I had to break the box up into 2 different times for me to do it. I had to take a break because I just trying to find a rhythm and the right system to do it. So once I got a system down and I was able to sort and go through them, then it went a lot faster. But yeah, this is very tiring. It's not something I really want to do all the time. I think my better luck is to stick with just finding my loose change and maybe getting if the bank has a customer wrap roll, or ordering the pennies at a little bit of a higher premium online. But there's a lot of copper here. I mean, I sorted a lot. There was more than I thought. This box was loaded. So this is going to go into the jar, into the wheat penny stack, and then back to the bank. All right. That was awesome. Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Liberty Coins coming at you on this Sunday, June 15, 2025. My order finally arrived late last night from moneymetals.com. Penny order that I told you about. There's the box that came in. It was inside another box. There's my letter that they gave me my information, my shipping order, and thank you for your order. And then there's the company, and I've got 2 bags of 34 pounds of copper pennies, 68 pounds total. So all I'm going to do is just I'm going to unzip tie them because they came up pretty good zip tied. Untie, do each bag. I'm just going to do a quick sift to see if I can find any wheat pennies or Indian heads or anything like that, and then I'm going to put everything back in the bag and tie it right back up, and then I'll let you know. So I was able to get this through this one website, moneymetals.com, and I'll have the link below, so hang tight. All right, here are the results. I went through both bags. First bag yielded 3 Canadian copper pennies and 3, 6, 9, 11 wheats. This bag had 1 Canadian and 15 wheat pennies. I checked all the dates, all common dates, and I did have 2 1955s in both of them, and I used my magnifying glass, which I don't have near me at the moment, because I'm doing this in one of my spare bedrooms just because it's easier just to do it on the floor and go through it. Took my time. And in the backstory again, I went through a couple websites, which I'll leave the link, JM Bullion, AppMex, and I went to moneymetals.com. They actually had these available. The other 2 websites at the time were sold out. I know AppMex has them back available again. My only complaint that I saw, the bags were good. I even randomly grabbed a handful of pennies from each bag and checked everything was legit. Copper, but there were some laundry coins mixed in, but they were copper, it's fine. But I had to sign for this. I wasn't able to choose a different carrier. They did it through USPS, United States Post Office, so I had to sign it. I know in AppMex I could always opt for FedEx and get charged a little extra fee, just this way you don't have to have it, signed for, but whatever. It is what it is. But that's it. Yeah, so I'm going to see how this goes and then maybe wait again, make another purchase. But, let me know what you think. Let me know what you're doing. What do you think? Like, share, and subscribe. Be safe to ladies and gentlemen. God bless America. And hope all your hunts are going well. So this is the unboxing of the 10,000 pennies, because I forgot to also mention there's 5,000 in a bag. Copper pennies, and then I got some Wheaties after I went through them. Maybe I missed some too. There might be more in there, but we'll see. This is a good thing to do. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what people are going to be doing. Let me know what you're going to do, if you're going to do anything, or if you're just going to do it the old-fashioned way and search, or you're going to try to get a little bit more online. But definitely you'll see a run coming soon in the next year. But we'll see how it goes. All right, everybody. Talk to you soon, and talk to you in the next video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.